To mark her second year in office, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot says she'll only grant interviews to black and brown reporters. This tops our news making national headlines this morning. The mayor of the Windy City is taking the stance to call attention to the lack of diversity among Chicago's journalists. In a two-page letter sent out to local media outlets this week, Lightfoot wrote she's doing everything she can to fight for diversity and inclusion in every field. As mayor, she felt the need to shine a spotlight on the fact that Chicago's press corps is overwhelmingly white. Members of the media, including journalists of color, have pushed back, saying politicians should not choose who covers them. The National Association of Black Journalists, while not in favor of the mayor's tactics, does support her message about the need for more diversity.
President Biden has signed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act into law. The bill was passed with bipartisan support after a rise in anti-Asian violence across America during the pandemic. It funds improvements in tracking and reporting hate crimes and helps victims overcome language barriers to report crimes, and creates a Justice Department position solely focused on anti-Asian hate. The ceremony was held indoors with many attendees without masks, a notable change in the White House since the latest CDC guidelines.
And with his foreign policy agenda in the spotlight more of late, President Biden hosts South Korean President Moon Jae-in at the White House today. The summit comes as the administration holds negotiations on one of its most urgent domestic priorities, gaining Republican support for a massive infrastructure bill. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
President Biden today welcoming South Korean President Moon Jae-in to the White House. It's his second time hosting a world leader and the second from Asia, as the president seeks to counter China's growing influence, highlighting its leading role on electric vehicles.
This sucker's quick.
In Michigan this week.
But I got news for them. They will not win this race.
Today's summit expected to focus on regional security and climate change.
What we can do mutually, what steps they can take, perhaps what steps we can take will be part of the discussions.
Also topping the agenda, the pandemic, with South Korea hoping to secure more vaccine supplies, and the perennial discussion of denuclearizing North Korea, though the White House is downplaying the prospect of a grand bargain, just as it seeks a breakthrough deal with Senate Republicans on a massive infrastructure bill, the two sides meeting again today.
If they're willing to settle for a targeted infrastructure bill without revisiting the 2017 tax bill, we'll work with them.
The Biden administration hoping Republicans will dramatically step up their roughly $600 billion counter proposal, a far cry from the more than $2 trillion the White House wants for everything from roads and bridges to clean water and green energy. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.